Everybody, it is Wednesday, June 10th, 2020, 6:39 p.m. And as you can see on your screen, we are tracking remnants of what once was Tropical Storm Cristobal. And then it was Tropical Depression Cristobal. Now it has worked its way all the way up into the Great Lakes region, Canada, the Northeast. That includes Michigan and Ohio specifically right now with very, very severe weather, tornado warnings. Nearly 500,000 people without power right now in those two states alone. This is continuing to move into the Northeast. As you can see, this big curl up, it is mixing with a big cold front, which is what you don't want when you have this much moisture in the air moving up, especially from the warm Gulf all the way up into the Great Lakes region. Really quick here from the Weather Channel website. I want to read this to you guys really quick. This is currently what's going on. The remnants of Cristobal will track into Canada on Wednesday. That is currently happening right now. A cold front, which we just talked about, will push through the Midwest, South, and East into the late week. Showers and thunderstorms, some of which may be severe. We've already had major thunderstorms, especially in Ohio. If I bring up a radar scope here, this is the app we use on this channel a lot, we can already see we have a couple of these tornado warnings popping up. This is Pickaway in Ross County. This is in Ohio. These are all moving into the western part of Pennsylvania and the western part of West Virginia. Now, again, this is all part of Cristobal. This is all being pulled up from the Gulf. As you can see, we had the chart up before. I'll bring it back up really quick. But you can see this big counterclockwise question mark looking thing. And then right in the center where that cold front is meeting with this stuff over the Great Lakes, we can see these storms beginning to build up and kind of explode, specifically over Ohio. Ohio's getting hit really hard right now, and you can see if you watch in this area, if I back up a little bit, you can kind of see how it just started progressing into these severe thunderstorms, and it's not going to stop there. It's still got some widening to do. It's going to cover most of the east part of Ohio, and then we're going to be talking about western Pennsylvania, western New York, Lake Erie, that entire region, definitely Ontario, Canada, for those of you that watch from Canada, obviously. But we also got to take a look at Florida and Georgia and the southeastern states as well, because we can see that warm air being pulled up, and that is also causing these storms. So this is a big wall right here of severe weather that is currently going on. We got Tennessee and Kentucky in there as well, the eastern parts of those areas too. Also, let's check this out real quick. On this connective outlook chart, we can see where the energy is really targeted in this region right here. This is because of that big counterclockwise spin we have due to the jet stream and also due to the flow from the Gulf. We always have an upward flow coming from the Gulf, and then we have our jet stream coming west to east. And when those two meet here, that's why the Northeast is known for nor'easters. This often causes nor'easters, rather. This happens to be over land right now, but when we see that big 9 shape out in the ocean, that is due to this exact same effect. This is just happening farther into the west, into the states itself. All right, we're over here on Tornado HQ now. This site updates pretty often. In fact, I'm going to refresh it right now. About 21 minutes ago, we had a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. This was in Pickaway, Ross, Ohio. We just talked about that from radar scope right here. That red box that you saw here, that it's currently actually not there anymore. This is how quick they're coming and going. In fact, we have a new area now. Let's see where this is really quick. This is Lockbourne County, Commercial Point, Harris, Orient. Commercial Point is the dead center of where this is right now. So Obetz and Grove Point are going to be the next areas of watch. We can see this red box here. This is going to continue moving to the east, and we're going to see these tornado warnings pop up a lot along the front end of this strip of storms here, because this reaches down very far. This is at least a few hundred miles long. And along with Ohio, we have Michigan, where that is recording nearly 300,000 power outages due to these storms. So we could see how severe this stuff really is. With the Weather Channel stuff, it kind of debates some of the other charts I have. So I like doing the research myself, which is why we use Radar Scope a lot. Now you can click these different counties, or the different radars rather, and we can see severe storms already in western PA. So a lot of these storms are going to flare up in front of this front here. That includes West Virginia and Pennsylvania. That's going to include New York eventually too. But the main part of this is what I want you guys to understand is why this is happening and how. We could see that this part of Cristobal that is still up here is moving, excuse me, is moving to the northeast. And once this gets out of the way, it's pulling up all that warm, moist air right into the dead center of it. We we can see how this strip right here is moving right into the center of this counterclockwise spin. And as we move throughout the day, which has already happened, this is the past, we're moving into current time, which is here. We can see this this question mark kind of forms a new one in between it. That's the momentum of the storm. That's due to the warm airflow and the cold front. That's what's causing this. The cold front meeting with this warm air, that's what causes these storms. And these clouds are reaching very high up into the air. That's what causes the severe storms. The higher the clouds go up, the more severe the weather is under it. Lots of rain and flooding in the states of Michigan, Ohio. This will continue into western PA too. That includes the flooding that I'm talking about. We'll take a look at the lightning chart real quick because that really shows where these storms are very severe. And we can see that entire strip we were just looking at is completely covered in thousands of lightning strikes. And we're getting those spotty storms now moving into PA and then below it near Washington and, like I said, West Virginia as well. I appreciate you guys really hanging out with me and getting back in the grind of these videos because I'll be making more and more of them. If you want to continue following me on this situation with these severe storms, I'll be posting on Twitter and Instagram a lot of these charts, especially from RadarScope, that give you very detailed information. For those of you that don't know what RadarScope is, it's an app you can download. There is a free version of it. It will give you very, very updated information about your specific county. And you can see each one of these yellow blocks here from a post I made a little while ago are severe storm threats. It's constantly updated, and these straight lines you see are the storm directions. Now, there's going to be a lot of straight line wind with these storms, and that's an issue. Those things are sometimes as bad as tornadoes themselves. That's often how they determine whether a tornado struck an area, whether it's at night or not. If debris is scattered all around, chances are that was a tornado, but a lot of times when you see trees falling in the same direction, those are straight line winds, and a lot of those can reach 60, 70 miles per hour in storms like these. So if you are in the northeast or the mid-east, anything like that, including the southeast as well. I didn't really talk much about that. I'll get into that in another video, but we could see spots in Florida here that are seeing some very severe weather, and including Georgia. But with the straight line winds here in the northeast, that's going to be a major concern, and the flooding as well. The lightning is very concerning because of how much there is. Now, again, we're looking at this chart. We just took a look at it. A lot of live lightning. Each one of these highlighted dots here is current lightning right now, and those are individual storms, believe it or not. I know it looks like a lot of these are one giant storm, but they are spread out in these areas, which makes it a little harder to predict and determine where these storms are going, which is why I recommend an app like this where you can really hone in and find out the areas that are being hit harder than others. Let's just put it that way. But we can clearly see that this area right here, this entire front, is causing a lot of issues. I will be back to continue forecasting this. Like I said, Instagram and Twitter, I'll be giving up-to-date updates, as in like minute-by-minute type things. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you can get in touch with me anytime. I like talking to subs. I like getting in touch with you guys. So any questions, please ask me. And that's it for now, guys. Keep in touch. I will talk to you all very soon. Please stay safe in this crazy weather that we're having. I'm actually going to have to look out for this. I'm here in Northeast PA, and this stuff is heading right up to me. And then on the back end is this big front that we just talked about. So I'm going to get a double whammy up here. All right, guys, stay safe. I love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.